everyone! Before I get started on this video today, I think I ought to apologize in advance for any mispronunciations of the names and places in this book, so I'm sorry. Alright, let's get started. Today I am reviewing Dune by Frank Herbert. Dune is a story of how the young ducal heir, Paul Atreides, becomes the renegade hero, Maud Dib, and changes the planet Arrakis forever. Dune is definitely a 5-star book in my opinion. It's one of my favorite science fiction books of all time. I first read Dune 5 or 6 years ago, and I think this is the 3rd time I've read it. So you can tell how much I like it just from that. Dune is a traditional classical science fiction masterpiece. It's not so much about space travel like a lot of science fiction books are, but more about the different planets. It's a very long, complicated political book, which I like, but it is what I like to call a learn-as-you-read book, so a lot of the things in the book aren't properly explained in the beginning, so it can be very confusing. While it has plenty of action, it's more about the politics and ecology of the various different planets and people. Okay, let's move on to the next half. I think I have to say first off that each time I read Dune, I get something new from it. I remember the first time I read it that it completely changed how I thought about water. It made me more aware of using water and drinking it and how important it is to us, and of how water is often taken for granted as just something that everyone had. I love clever characters who outwit their enemies, so I did like Paul despite his cold arrogance, which made him a bit dislikable at some times. My biggest problem with the book was how there was so much unexplained stuff, or things that were just kind of skimmed over. The things, places, and events mentioned in the book were just kind of never properly explained, or they were mentioned but you never were quite sure what it meant or what it had to do with the actual story. I loved the idea of the desert planet Dune and its Fremen, I think that's how you pronounce it, who lived and survived in this barren place that any off-worlder thought was impossible to live in. I do have one slight issue with the book. How did the Fremen get their supplies that weren't grown or made on the planet Dune, such as coffee? If no one knew that there were so many Fremen out in the deep desert, then how were they getting these supplies and not being discovered? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and comment with any suggestions or books you think I might like to read, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. You can also follow me on Twitter, and I'll put the link down below. Bye!